Alright, this video is part 3 of our lesson on applications of quadratic functions. We're doing some word problems. Let's see. In a track and field event, a contestant A made a throw in a shot put that can be modeled by this equation. Contestant B made a throw that can be modeled by this equation. X is the horizontal distance in feet, and y is the height in feet. Which contestant threw the shot put the longest distance? Okay, so here's person A, okay, and they throw this object, the shot put, and it follows this path. It goes up, comes down, okay, so we're trying to find out how far it went. So if I'm talking about the total distance, I'm talking about the distance until it hits the ground. Okay, and the one thing we know about this position right here is that the height is 0 once it finally hits the ground. So if I want to calculate how far this is, I'm going to put in 0 for the height because when it at the end of the journey, at the end of the throw, it's on the ground. So the equation for person A is this. Okay, so if I want to find out how far he threw, or she, I will type in, I'll put in 0 for the height. So this will become 0 equals negative 0.02 x squared plus x plus 6. Alright, I let the height be 0. This will, if I solve this, it'll tell me how far it is, the total distance. Okay, so let's just solve this using the quadratic formula. Of course, the first step is to find your discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. So that's going to become, I'll just do it down below. So that's going to be, okay, so b is 1, alright, so that's 1 squared minus 4 times a, alright, negative 0.02, and then c is 6, alright, so here's my discriminant. Okay, so I'm getting 1.48 is the discriminant. Alright, so now let's continue to do the quadratic formula, which is going to be opposite of b. Alright, so x is equal to the opposite of b. Remember, b is 1, so that's going to be negative 1 plus or minus the square root, and then that b squared minus 4ac, that's the discriminant, 1.48, all over 2a. So that's 2 times negative 0.02. Okay, so we're going to put this in our calculator, but we're going to put it in once with a plus and once with a minus and see what we get. Okay, so negative 1 plus square root. So start off in fraction mode. Negative 1 plus the square root of 1.48 over 2 times negative 0.02. Okay, so that gives us a horizontal distance of negative 5.4 feet. Okay, but you can't have a negative distance, okay? We're not throwing it backwards. So that value doesn't make any sense. So it'll be the other one. Okay, so we did the plus version, now we're doing the minus version. To save yourself from having to type it all in again, just go use your up arrow key, highlight, hit enter, and then now you can use your left arrow key to scoot over to that and make it a minus and hit enter. So 55.4 feet. Okay, so that's person A. That's the total distance of the throw. Okay, that's person A. Okay, so now let's do the same thing for person B. Alright, so I'm just going to sort of put a dividing line right here. So for person B, if I do the same thing, okay, let me grab person B's equation. Alright, so here's the equation for person B. Again, if I want to know the total distance of the throw, then I'm talking about the distance when that shot put is hitting the ground. So that's why I'm letting the height be 0. So that's why I'm plugging in 0 here. Okay, so let's solve this for the horizontal distance x, just like we did for person A. So like we always do when we use the quadratic formula, we're going to start by finding the discriminant. Okay, the discriminant. So we're going to start off with our b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so b is 1.6. So 1.6 squared minus 4 times negative alright, that's A, and then C is 5. Alright, so this is our discriminant. Let's go ahead and calculate that. Okay, so I'm getting 3.36 for my discriminant. Alright, so 3.36. Okay, so now we can go on and do the rest of the quadratic formula. So x will equal opposite of b, so negative 1.6, plus or minus the square root. B squared minus 4ac, that's the discriminant, so 3.36. Alright, all over 2a. Okay, so that's all over 2 times negative 0.04. Alright, so we're going to put this in our calculator. Oh, this is getting in my way. Okay, so we're going to put this in the calculator twice. Once for the positive version and once for the negative version of plus or minus. Okay, start off in fraction mode. So negative 1.6 plus square root and then I think it was 3.36. Yep. And then it's over 2 times negative 0.04. Okay, so that gives us negative 2.9 feet. Alright, which does not make any sense at all. Negative 2.9 feet. That's behind us, okay? That's backwards feet. So in the context of this problem, it's ludicrous, man. So that one's extraneous, okay? No negative feet. So it must be the other one. So we don't have to type it in again. Just arrow up, highlight it, hit enter. Alright, back arrow your way until you get to the plus sign. And just make it a minus and hit enter. Alright, so 42.9. That's the one we want. Okay, 42.9 feet. Okay, and that was person B. Alright, so remember what we were finding was the total distance of the throw. Okay, so for person A, we had a total distance of 55.4 feet, and for person B, it was 42.9 feet. So obviously contestant A threw the farthest. Okay, so as far as on here, we can just go ahead and say, now I've shown my work here, so you will show all this work. All this work should be on your paper, but the final answer is contestant A. Okay, show your work, obviously. Now, which contestant threw the shot put the highest height? Okay, as soon as we see the highest height, so we're not talking about hitting the ground anymore. We're talking about this position up here. So suddenly now we're talking about the vertex. Okay, so let's go ahead and calculate the vertex for person A and person B. Alright, so for the vertex, remember, if I want to find the x-coordinate of the vertex, and then the height that goes with it, if I want the x-coordinate of the vertex, I'm going to do opposite of B over 2A. That's the key. So let's do that for each contestant. So let me just erase this stuff. Okay, so again, we're trying to find the vertex now. Alright, so if I want to find the vertex for person A, I'm going to find the x value by doing the opposite of B over 2A, like we said. So that's going to be, B is 1, so that's going to be opposite of B will be negative 1 over 2 times negative 0.02, because that's A. Okay, so that turns out to be, let's see, negative 1 over 2 times whatever, fraction mode. Okay, so negative 1 over 2 times negative 0.02. Okay, that's 25. Okay, so that's the x-coordinate of the vertex. So that tells me that so far I have okay, 25 feet. Alright, that's the horizontal distance. Now if I want to find the height that goes with this horizontal distance, I need to put the equation in my calculator and find the y value that goes with it. Alright, essentially I'm plugging in 25 for x, but I'm just using the calculator to help me. So I'm going to use my table feature here. So it's negative 0.02 x squared plus x plus 6. Okay, I'm going to start at 25 because that's what I want the value of. Okay, so at a horizontal distance of 25 feet, I'm looking at a height of 18.5 feet. Okay, Let me be consistent. Okay, so the key is this. The 18.5 feet, that's the height. Alright, and this is the vertex. Okay, so we're talking about the maximum height. So for person A, the maximum height was 18.5 feet. Okay, so let's do the same thing for person B and find the maximum height. So again, the maximum height is going to be the vertex, well, at the vertex. And to find the x value, we're doing opposite of b over 2a. Opposite of b, so that's negative 1.6 over 2a, so that's 2 times negative 0.04. Okay, let's see what that is. Negative 1.6. That's 20. Okay, so that's the x-coordinate, the horizontal distance. Okay, so it's 20 comma something. And this is feet. I should be consistent. So horizontal distance of 20 feet. Let's find the vertical distance that goes with it. We'll use a calculator to help us. Negative 0.04 x squared. Plus 1.6x plus 5. Okay, and this time we want to see the height that goes with the horizontal distance of 20. So I'm going to start at 20. So at a horizontal distance of 20 feet, we're at a height of 21 feet. Okay, so that is the maximum height for contestant B. Okay, so contestant A, maximum height of 18.5 feet. Contestant B, maximum height of 21 feet. So obviously contestant B threw the highest. So which contestant threw the shot put the highest? Contestant B. Okay, but I should see all this work on your paper. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this video, because that's the end of problem number 3. Apparently I can only do one problem per video of this type of problem. Okay, so man, how many more of these we got to do? 4, 5. Alright, I hope it's not going to be that many more videos. Alright, so we'll pick up the next video with problem number 4.